Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am talking about fluoride toxicity. This is something pretty common in our world today because fluoride is added to our drinking water, our toothpaste. It's found in so many skincare products and so many other areas of our lives, whether it's food, skincare, water, etc., supplements, medications. It's always hidden somewhere, and over time it can build up in the body in enough levels to cause a lot of damage. So I want to talk a little bit about what symptoms come with that, how it builds up a little bit. I also want to share some of the side effects of it, and then also share some things that you guys can do to help combat this toxicity and the effects that it has. So first of all, I know that everybody's always worried about the enamel, on your teeth. So wearing out. So the first thing that usually you'll get when you go to a dentist is fluoridated toothpaste, a fluoride rinse, and some sort of fluoride treatment usually. And then again, it's in our drinking water, and those are the two things that we're doing daily. We're drinking water and we're brushing our teeth. So over time, this can build up. And I want to read you something. I've just been going over a bunch of studies about fluoridosis and some of the damaging effects that it can have. So number one, fluoride toxicity is known to cause headaches, rashes, allergies, even flare-ups in your viral load. So if you have herpes simplex virus, it could flare up if you have too much fluoride in the system. It can cause allergies and even digestive upsets. But although fluoride's added to products to increase bone mass. So although it increases bone mass, your bones lack strength. So if you're taking fluoride, yes, your bone mass might increase, but it lacks strength. And the study was saying that as little as 1 parts per million, which is really not much, in the drinking water can decrease bone strength and elasticity. A Utah study was done that showed that fluoridation of water is linked to a 41% increase in hip fractures among men over 65 years old. There's a Dr. Aksyak, I don't know if I say that right, and Bulichev at the Erisman Research Institute in Moscow that reported in 1962 a consumption of 1.6 parts per million of fluoride in drinking water led to premature calcification and aging of bones in the majority of the 15 to 16-year-old girls that they had examined. It can present with bone and joint pain in children. I'm going to read you a little bit more, and then I'll talk a little bit about some other, things that you can do and whatnot. But John, can't attempt to say his last name, Yamuyanis, something like that, is the president of the Safe Water Foundation in Ohio in the US, and together with Dr. Dean Burke, who's a former chief chemist of the National Cancer Institute, did research that showed a link between fluoridation and cancer. Male rat studies showed an increase in a rare form of liver cancer, and other links have been found with male bone cancer. Studies have also linked fluoride with abnormal thyroid gland functioning, which I'll touch on shortly, including lupus, scleroderma, arthritis, and cancer. There has been no reduction in tooth decay since fluoride was introduced in the North American water system in 1950, which goes to show that if there's been no reduction in tooth decay and fluoride has been in our water for 70 years, maybe it's not working that well. The father of fluoridation, H. Trenley Dean, admitted in court that his original statistics favoring fluoridation were invalid. So that's what I wanted to read you. This is pretty intense when you hear this, because this is something that people are believed to be absolutely necessary. You cannot get a mouth rinse or a toothpaste, or even now they're adding it to floss, without having this fluoride. And everyone thinks that they need so much fluoride for their teeth. And really it is in the body, but in very, 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 very minute amounts. And any more than that creates toxicity and all of these issues that you're experiencing, like potentially cancer and thyroid issues and autoimmune and allergies, diseases, rashes, all kinds of things, because we are bombarded with it. So it is considered a toxic substance, and just like anything else, you don't want that much of it in the body, and really that much is only a tiny amount. It can definitely lead to toxicity. So A couple things I want to give you in terms of tips, what you can do to avoid this. Now, I am not saying to never use a fluoridated toothpaste or never touch fluoride. That is up to you. You have to make your own decisions in regards to this. I'm just here to give you the facts and then some alternatives if interested, but always check with your doctor or practitioner before making any decisions, of course. But what I use and what can be definitely helpful if you feel that you have too much fluoride in your system is, number one, getting good quality water filtration. I cannot stress this enough, not just for eliminating fluoride from your water, but chlorine and heavy metals and other toxins and plastics and viruses and mold and every other thing that can be found in water, including too much copper, etc. What I suggest is a Berkey filter. I will link it down below for you. I have been using one for years and I have all of my clients use one as well. And it is the best water filtration system out there as it purifies every single thing you can imagine. You can click on the website link down below, not sponsored, not paid, just genuinely love this filter. It's the best one I could find. And you can see everything that they filter on their website. It's pretty incredible and you'll get the cleanest and best tasting water. So get good quality water. Don't drink from plastic bottles. Don't drink from the tap, especially if you live in a big city in Canada like Toronto or Vancouver. In the US, New York City, these are very heavily treated waters because of the pollution and the amount of people living in this area, or in these areas. So number one, a good quality water filter. Number two, you can try to switch your current dental care products to natural ones. So there's so many toothpaste brands on the market that are fluoride free. Find one that you feel will work for you. A couple favorites of mine is My Magic Mud. I will link it down below, as well as Thieves toothpaste from Young Living. We also love, I want to say it's called the Beaver or the Green Beaver, or something to do with the beaver. I will find it and put it down below as well. But there are so many to choose from. You also can switch your mouth rinse to a natural one that's made with essential oils and witch hazel and all kinds of natural antifungal, antibacterial, and cleansing ingredients. Again, I love My Magic Mud. It's my favorite one. It has some charcoal and clay as well to pull a lot of toxins out in the mouth. You also can use a natural floss. There are so many brands, but again, My Magic Mud's one that we personally use at home. It's got charcoal on it and it's made from, I believe, pure beeswax, but I could be wrong. Either beeswax or bamboo, and you can just floss your teeth with it and it pulls everything out. So getting your good quality dental care products in is essential. If you go to your dentist and you don't want fluoride, you can refuse it. So when I go to my dentist, first of all, I would say try to find a holistic dentist who doesn't use fluoride. Holistic dentists usually don't use fluoride in their practice. So try to find one who doesn't use fluoride if you can. And once you've found one who doesn't use fluoride, you can go see them. However, if you're not able to, you can go to a regular dentist and just tell them that you don't want the fluoride treatments or mouth rinses or anything that contains the fluoride. You can even be so extra as to bring your own toothpaste. Yes, I've done that. I would bring my own toothpaste because a lot of times they'll put toothpaste on those the spinning thing to clean the teeth, and I would bring my own. I'd say this is the one I want to use, and thankfully my dentist office is really great, and even though they rolled their eyes and thought I was a nut, they went with it. So you can definitely do that, and there are great ways to avoid fluoride that way. Now, if you already have fluoride toxicity and you're really stressed about it and you're stressed about the health of your bones, what can we do? So number one, I would suggest taking Calcarea carbonica tissue salt. I'll link it down below. This actually helps strengthen the bones themselves. So you actually will have strong bones if you're on this, but do keep in mind you need to be on cell salts for a long time. Take it for about 6 months, or talk to a practitioner about it. But it's a great way to build up your bone density and strength. It's great for children as well, and great for the teeth and of course any bones in the body. But check with a practitioner before supplementing with this. The second thing that you want to do is really consider a good liver, kidney, and heavy metal cleanse. So if you're looking for liver and kidney cleansing or drainage protocols, I have good protocols over on holisticspring.org. It's my membership platform that gives you access to exclusive content. You can also access my help 24/7. You can post your questions and get in-depth answers from me. You can join in on live Zoom calls with me every month. You get all kinds of PDF downloads, ebooks, and so much more, including supplement discounts and free products. So head over there. The link is down below. It's my membership platform, holisticspring.org, if you're looking for a good liver and kidney drainage or cleansing type of program. Aside from that, once you've done some good liver and kidney cleansing, you also then want to begin a heavy metal cleanse. Never attempt a heavy metal cleanse until you've done at least a good 4 to 6 months of liver and kidney cleansing, just because if you try to pull out heavy metals before your elimination pathways are supported and functioning a little better, you can cause a lot of inflammation and damage to the body. So if you're interested in learning more about liver and kidney cleansing and how all of that works, I will link up here, if I remember, my previous videos talking about liver cleansing, and it'll give you a lot more details on this topic that I won't have time to go through in this video. But liver and kidney cleansing is so important, as they are our main elimination organs, and any heavy metals that your body will be pulling out will have to exit through those pathways. And if they are backed or blocked up over years and years of use, they are not going to do that job correctly. So it'll be very hard to pull these heavy metals out of the body. The other thing too to keep in mind is that while you're on a heavy metal cleanse, you should continue liver and kidney draining, so that there's support the entire time. With a heavy metal cleanse, you want to make sure that you have heavy metal chelators. There are so many different protocols. I personally use homeopathics, as I find they are the most effective, but you can use herbs or other substances. Always check with your healthcare practitioner before supplementing. But a couple I will list for you to potentially consider is number 1, cilantro. Cilantro gin is a supplement from Genestra that works really well to help chelate some heavy metals. Also, liposomal vitamin C is really great, as it can bind to toxins and heavy metals and pull those out. You also want to consider some other binders like chlorella, which is a great sponge, activated charcoal, and or bentonite clay. These are great sponges for heavy metals as well. They just kind of soak things up and pull them out. You also do want to be on gammadines or oligo elements. These are a type of mineral that can get inside cells and tissues and pull heavy metals out. They are technically a branch of homeopathy. They're not true homeopathics, but they're a branch, and they work really, really well. They're just not diluted like regular homeopathics are, but they're so absorbable. If you want to learn more about oligo elements, that information is also on holisticspring.org. But heavy metals need certain minerals to bind to and chelate them out of the body, so you want to be getting on those, something like that. And that's kind of like a rough protocol for a heavy metal type of cleanse. Drinking lots of water, of course, and a very, very clean diet that's high in things like parsley and cilantro and herbs and dark leafy greens like Swiss chard, dandelion, and broccoli, asparagus, kale, etc. So if you're eating a really clean, alkaline, organic diet, and you're taking some, heavy metal chelators and cleansers while supporting your liver and kidneys, you can start to pull some of that fluoride out of the system, and your body can rebalance at that point. And again, taking the Calcarea carbonica tissue salt with this, if it's appropriate for you, can strengthen your bones over time by providing you with the right minerals. Now, another thing to consider is supplementing with actual minerals. So there's a supplement called colloidal multi-minerals from Genestra. Again, it might not be for you or for everybody. There is iron and things like that in there. So again, check with your practitioner before taking it, but it is a great supplement if you're looking to get a host of minerals in to strengthen your bones. The last thing that I want to say is, because heavy metals have an affinity for 2 places in the body, 1, the joints mainly, and 2, your endocrine glands like your thyroid, you want to be supporting these areas. So if you have rheumatoid arthritis, you might want to consider, again, a heavy metal cleanse. If you have any thyroid imbalance, fatigue, digestive issues, anything relating to the thyroid or irregular cycles, things like that, support your thyroid, you need to get heavy metals off of this gland. Heavy metals will be deposited in certain parts of the body, I guess more in certain parts of the body than others. And again, the joints and endocrine glands, mainly the thyroid, seem to be the body's favorite place to store heavy metals. They will be found in other parts of the body, but those 2 areas are usually the main places. So doing things to support your thyroid is important. Things like ashwagandha, potentially iodine, as the more heavy metals and things that are bound to the thyroid gland, the harder it is for your thyroid to absorb iodine and things like that it needs. So selenium and potentially iodine if it's appropriate for you, ashwagandha, schisandra berry, some things to help your thyroid is definitely suggested. In my practice, we also use organotherapies, which are glandulars, so thyroid glandular extracts to help support the thyroid if it's needed. There's also lots of botanicals you could choose as well to help support your thyroid, but just make sure that that area is being supported if you feel that you have fluoride toxicity. But that is all for today. If you have any further questions, feel free to post them in the comments. Follow me on Instagram for more information on all of these topics that I share here on YouTube. You get day-to-day updates and information and health tips from me on Instagram. It's at Marla's Healthy Life, also linked down below. And if you really want to get started on a liver and kidney protocol, or if you have more in-depth answers about this condition, head to holisticspring.org, linked down below, and you can get so much more support from me and access to a lot of awesome content. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon.